One of our martyrs, Reece Harding, who gave his life in 2016 for the struggle of Kurdish people in Kurdistan. Reece Harding joined the Forces for Peace, Democracy and Freedom in 2015. However, the evil forces of our enemies did not let that young man to live longer than 23 years of age. Michele is here with us today, and it's an honor to have her, and she would like to come and say a few words. Would you please welcome Michele?
I'm extremely nervous. I wrote a speech for today, but instead I'm just going to have a chat with you all. This is worse today with what Turkey's doing than ISIS. ISIS, it wasn't a fair fight. They were better armed, but the Kurds had a chance against ISIS. Now they're facing the second largest NATO army when they've got airplanes against them, tanks, heavy machinery, the latest weaponry, which has been supplied by our Western governments. What you've got to understand is who the Kurdish people are. I went to Rojava. These YPG and YPJ fighters that Erdogan and Turkey describe as terrorists, well, I'll tell you who these people are. They are people, farmers, shopkeepers, school teachers, uni students. They are the same that makes up any community anywhere over here. They're not hardened terrorists. They didn't want to fight. The Kurds didn't cause this war, but they ended up having to suffer the consequences of something that was nothing to do with them. When you see these people, they're not military fighters. They have 3 weeks of training. They've got a gun thrust in their hand. These AK-47s, a lot of them were older than I was. They've got trainers, not military boots. They've got no armour, no protection. But what they've got on their side is that they're defending. They're not fighters, they're defenders. They're defenders of their communities, they're defenders of their families. Because if they didn't do it, nobody else was. It's so easy just to ignore the Kurds because they haven't got their own country. It's so easy just to dismiss them, to betray them, and that's what's happened to them over the years. Because it's easy to betray someone that hasn't got a country, and means they haven't got a voice. So we've got 35 million people that are not defended by anyone. And it's not fair. I don't care what politics you support. I don't care what language you speak. At the end of the day, we are all human beings. And you look at these children here, these are the terrorists that Erdogan is bombing. They keep telling us they're only bombing terrorists. I've seen videos, they've got people in a market square chatting. Not people in uniform, civilians chatting, mums, dads, their children. And a bomb lands in the middle of their square. These are not terrorists. How can you call a child a terrorist? It's too easy to try and ignore what's happening to the Kurds because you've got propaganda and lies making out a whole race of people a terrorist. How can you say that? What is happening? The polite word is ethnic cleansing. The proper word is genocide. They are slaughtering Kurds indiscriminately. Old women, children, babies, they are just going in wholesale and making these people flee from their homes. That's what's happening. That's the realistic happening to these people, and it's not their war. This is a power play between different countries, and the Kurds have got stuck in the middle. They've been used. America used them. The coalition forces used them. They used them as cannon fodder in their war. And now, instead of letting them just return and living in peace, because this is what these people want. These aren't hardened military people. They're ordinary people that just want to go back to their homes and live in peace. So instead of letting that happen, now we stand aside and just let the Turkish regime send a bloody army against them. An army against defenceless civilians and lightly armed volunteer fighters, because that's what they are, volunteer fighters. They volunteered to defend their communities. They didn't want to do it, they had to, they had no choice, because the people they were defending behind them were their families. That doesn't make them terrorists. If somebody came into my house with a gun and I had access to a gun, I would shoot them back. That's defending what I love. And this is what the Kurds are doing. They're defending the land they love, the families they love, and the communities they love. And now, because of Erdogan and a racist thing that he has against the Kurds, and he wants to distract from his economy and things going badly, and the fact that he lost the election in Istanbul, the fact that he lost the election in Ankara, now he thinks to distract the Turkish people, what better than a war? What better thing to do than a war? Take their minds off the economy, take their minds off how badly he's doing. Yes, we'll have a war, we'll rave up national racism against the Kurds because we've got to find somebody to make as a scapegoat. And the Kurds are the scapegoat. And it's disgusting.